Is your diet, your training, your supplementation actually making a difference in your life? Or are you just going through the motions because you think you have to? My name is Brian. I have been coaching pro metabolic health and nutrition now for close to 10 years. And I've been in the fitness world for over 20. And today we are going to talk about one of my favorite conversations to have with people, but also it is one of the most important conversations that I have with people as well. And the reason I'm bringing this up now is I've been getting a lot of clients lately who, where they're at in their journey, their health journey, they're ready for this level of detail. They're ready for this concept, this kind of idea, and this thought process, this philosophy. When it comes to the health and nutrition world, it's very easy to latch on to what you see in the mainstream world. If I want to get stronger, I got to go to the gym and lift weights. If I want to lose weight, I got to eat less and move more. And people will latch onto these ideas, and it's not to say that they may not stumble into what they're doing or what they want to do with those approaches, but oftentimes we will follow these protocols or these health trends without actually knowing where we're going. Okay? And what I mean by that is, where do you want your life to be that's different than where it is now? That's the question I want you to ask yourself. Where do you want your life to be that's different than where it is now? In what ways will your life be better and improved once you accomplish whatever health or fitness attribute you're trying to accomplish? Maybe I want to bench press 315. 315 in the weight training world is a pretty big landmark. It's basically the barbell and then 3 45-pound plates on each side. It is a pretty substantial amount of weight to move as a bench press. Now, when you get to that level of strength in the gym, that's pretty cool in the gym circles. But chasing that goal, chasing that level of strength, the question I would have would be, how is that going to make your life better? How is accomplishing that going to improve your life, your happiness, your overall quality of existence? And if it's not, well then let's really try and suss out what your goals actually are, because then that can give us ways of actually accomplishing that goal that you want, the real thing that you want, the real change that's pulling on your heart, that's living in your soul. If we can aim for that, well then that changes how we look at your training. That changes how we look at your nutrition. Instead of trying to be perfect with your diet, I have to get all of these perfect bioenergetic foods and these mineral ratios and fat and carb ratios. That's one way of thinking about nutrition, and it's oftentimes a good place to start. But in terms of getting you where you really want to go, the level of precision, the level of detail, and the nutrient cost of accomplishing that goal and maintaining it, well, that's going to change how we look at your diet. It's one thing to say, oh, I just don't want to be sick anymore. I just want to feel better. Cool. I get it. I have felt terrible before too. However, what's your life going to look like when you do feel better? We want to know that because that'll change how much effort we put into the nutrition or the training or wherever else we need to go. It'll also change how we look at your benchmarks for success. Let's say you want to approach this from a mental health standpoint. You want to address your depression. Okay? Well, that is a very specific thing we can measure. We can look at that and say, I don't feel as depressed as often. Great. Now we know what really matters. Bench pressing 315, cool enough as an athletic feat, may not be necessary to help you with your depression. Having a perfect diet, whatever that means, may not be the overall theme that we need to go after to accomplish that reduction in depression. If we know what you really want, if we know what you're really after on a deep level, it changes our options. It changes our options. It changes when we know we've hit success. And it changes how you're going to go about measuring your success. Because a lot of times we look at success as, well, I go to the gym every day, or I bench press 315, or I squat whatever, or I follow this protocol exactly, I follow this diet exactly, and then we fall short of actually feeling better. You say, I don't feel any better, or I feel different, but I'm not really happy. I do think that a big problem that people will encounter in their health journey is they're not very clear on their goals. They're not very clear on where they want to go. And so if you understand that about yourself, what you truly want to accomplish, the clearer you can get on that, the easier it's going to be to actually accomplish it, for one, but the less time and energy you'll spend on things that don't help you. There's no shortage of nonsense workouts to follow, or dietary protocols to adjust, or garbage supplements to take that are going to promise you the world. And if you don't know how to avoid those supplements or adjust your diet or adjust your training appropriately, it's very easy to spend a lot of time and energy doing things you don't need to do, or things that don't get you better. But if you know where you want to go, and you have a clear path on, or a clear measure of how it's going to feel, how your life will be different when you're there, now you can start to figure out the right path to get there. You'll know if you veer off course, if something's going to affect you in a positive way or a negative way, and then you can go with that. But you have to understand that first. And a lot of people don't spend enough time thinking about their goal. They just say, I want to lose 20 pounds. Cool. How is losing 20 pounds going to make your life different? And if you can't answer that about losing 20 pounds, that may not be the goal you want to chase. Because once you get there, you put in all that effort, all that time, and there's a metabolic cost to it. There's a health cost to losing weight. You get there. Can you maintain it? Does it actually make your life better? And if it doesn't make your life better and you can't maintain it, was that time and energy worth it? I would much rather you know what you really want to accomplish, because then we can look at all of the possibilities for getting you there. Hopefully this gets your wheels spinning. Hopefully this gets your light bulbs lit up and synapses firing, because I want you to start thinking deeper on this. I'm going to have a whole series of videos like this coming up, because these are important conversations that I have all the time, and these are things I want you to think about, because they can make a difference in your life. And if you don't know to think about these things in this way, you can spend a lot of time and energy doing the wrong thing. And I'm tired of seeing people do that. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, stick around for more, and I will see you guys soon. Take care.